Good morning, everyone. We're going to get into this today. I got a nice list of stocks to look into, so hit me up with whatever questions you need. Well, good morning, Guy. All right, so looks like the market is flat as the futures are opening this morning, and I'm expecting a pretty big drop this week. So honestly, I'm just looking for stocks to pick up shorts on that can run the whole week. I'm looking to hold some shorts long this week. And let me just fix the stream so I can comment for you guys, let you guys know what's happening. Good morning, sir. All right, perfect. All right, so let me just move this over. Awesome. So the market looking for shorts, like I said, and I think Amazon could drop to maybe $14.50 if it does go, and if it doesn't, it could go back up to $1,800. So if you pick calls or puts, I do think you will make a profit if you buy both, because the options have been increasing about 500-800%, and those risk to reward ratios are pretty high for the straddle. So check out the straddle and see if it makes sense, because I do think you can make your money back if you buy both, but that's just my opinion. And Square, we did get a little tail last week, but it did bounce off that 10-week moving average. So I think Square might be dropping too into the low 50s. This is all bearing that the market opens and starts selling right away. So yeah, I'm looking for Square to hit that 53 range down here, maybe even lower. I mean, this is a pretty steep drop off for everything, and I don't think it's going to end yet. So we're just going to be looking at stocks on my list that I do like as shorts. My top stock this week is Sherwin-Williams. This is a stock that sells paint, and currently, let's check out where it is pre-market. Pre-market, it is unchanged, which is good because you're not missing the move right away. And I do see this triangle here, and I want to see where it breaks out of, because I do see some support as well, and I do think Sherwin-Williams is a good short this week. So we may be able to retest this 400 level, but I honestly think it's just going to open and start dropping, and it might be hitting that 350 range and then sell through that. So SHW on my radar. Good morning, Brian. Apple's tanking. Yeah, Apple is at 165 pre-market. And if you guys watched the video last week, you guys would have seen my chart that I showed. Apple is below its lows from November, or a week ago. So Apple is definitely heading to make new lows this week as well. It was a good sign last week when it broke through that level that you should have gone short. And the next levels we're looking at are these lows down here. So 161 is the next possible bounce range for Apple. Check that out. And Tesla short term does look like a possible. Nice, Brian. Yeah, Friday, if you were short anything, that would have been a great day. Let's check out Tesla for Chalinor. And we do have this kind of doji here, but it doesn't look bearish because the close is kind of at the bottom. So the bottom doesn't really mean it's a bearish candle. If it was at the top, it'd be a hanging man, but we had one down here and we ran. So right here, I don't know, I think we could run again. I'm pretty bullish on Tesla. I just made a video on that as well. So Tesla, I'm looking not to short it anytime soon. I just think too much momentum. But one of my big shorts I'm looking at this week is Ulta, and Ulta sold off hard after earnings, and it gapped down and ran about 20 points. Pretty crazy. And if we back off to the weekly, we'll see that we're coming in contact with these moving averages. If we retest this Bollinger Band on the top side, so if we pop up this week and then drop, I do think Ulta could be a good short. So definitely interested in shorting this, but right now it is a buy on the market mover indicator. Giving you guys a free signal today. So market mover says this is a buy. I do think it is a buy. I'm interested in probably getting a little bit of this, honestly. Oh, Sherwin-Williams missing targets. Nice. I love this insider info. Yeah, this is a stock that is, it's just a huge level, like $400, and it sells paint. It's valued at $36 billion. Like, these are the guys that suffer in a sell-off. So I am looking to short this guy this week, and I'm excited. And the other guy on my playlist, or sorry, my watch list, I have Texas Instruments TXN, and that has a big red candle as well. Pretty much the biggest one in a long time for this stock. And it looks like its next resistance zone is 88, so $4 away. Let's see where it is pre-market. TXN is at, it's unchanged, so you're not missing the move when the market opens. That's a good thing, and that's just a good stock to play the momentum off of, because it was selling hard last week, and if the market continues, I do think we're just going to get lots of more beneficial selling. So we're going to be checking the internals this morning to see if now is a good time to put their shorts on or if we should wait. All right, let me just fix one thing. What else are you guys looking at? Let me know. All right, so next on my watch list this week is, what do we got? Adobe, ADBE. And again, huge red candle. Did not want to move higher. It looked like it possibly could that last week. And then if we go to the 4 hour, look at all this way we have to drop. I mean, that would be an amazing move if that happens. And if we look at the options, we could see possibly how expensive or cheap they are. So they look pretty expensive right now. $800 for a $200 stock. I mean, Sherwin-Williams is even cheaper, honestly. It's the same price as an option compared to Adobe. So I don't like that, honestly. But if it does drop, I mean, you could make a ton of money this week with options. So just we're waiting to see the drops, and we're going to check out our favorite, Mr. Amazon. And Amazon again has plenty of room to drop if it breaks through this Bollinger Band. And the only reason it would do that is if the whole market drops. And yeah, Apple just lower. Netflix could be heading to its lows too. We'll see. But it looks like Amazon could have the biggest drop of the week if it breaks down. If I go to the weekly, we see it kind of sat on these averages, and if it breaks through there, it will have plenty of room to drop. Let's check out Alibaba. So one of the guys I follow with stock charts was short Alibaba, and I'll show you why. Basically, with this flag here, so this is a flag that looks like it's breaking out. Well, there we go. So we got the downward momentum of this stock, and then we've been trading in this range here, and now we just broke out of the range, and this was considered a flag in his opinion. So if we go out to the weekly, we can see our next measured move might be, I don't know, it could be another 10 or 15 points. It's hard to tell, but that if we break out of this zone, this is going to be very bearish as well. So that's a good short setup too. That's on my radar. And if we look at the options, the BABA options are pretty cheap. We got some in the $200, $100 range out of the money. And those ones are going to move the most, honestly, because out of the money have the least cost, and they go up like 5 or 600% when they do move. Let's check out NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is respecting this downward trend line, and I do think it's going to continue to this last weekly moving average. And I don't know how far that's going to be, but this is definitely another good short setup. And unfortunately, NVIDIA just getting hammered in this weakness in the market. And on the monthly, I think it can drop to this monthly moving average, which is the 113 range, 118 range. But this is all pending that the market sells. We could just trade sideways this week, and you might get rocked if you buy any options out of the money, because right now we need to break out of this range to start shorting things. And if we check out the ES before the market opens, the ES looks like it could sell this morning, so that's a good sign. Right now we are coming up on momentum with that moving average on the 4-hour, and it looks like we're going red. But unfortunately, the ES is kind of sitting on that level that we need to break down from. So this, we're going to be watching this morning and see if we can break this level. So it looks like we're opening up right at that level. It's really interesting. And we got 30 seconds. So 20 seconds till the market opens. We're going to be checking everything on the radar. And I'm going to be watching Sherman Williams. And it's just one of my big stocks I'm interested in. I think that stock got hammered, MRNS. Let's just see what the internals look like first before we start checking out individual stocks. So we got the first advanced decline reading is not that low, huh? That is interesting. So negative 300, that's not that bad, honestly. And what I'm going to do now is check out the VIX, see what I can get going this week on the VIX. So if we can make some type of pattern on the VIX, we could have this all make sense. So right now the VIX is on this upward trend line, and if it stays within there, that may be good. So yeah, hanging out here on the VIX. The VIX isn't really moving, honestly. And let's just check out some of our watch list members. And Sherman Williams heading lower. And let's just check out those options. So not too bad. We got 800, about in the middle would be about 600 something. And Sherman Williams heading higher. Amazon, what do you got? So Amazon coming on that moving average almost. But everything, I'm guessing, is going to have a nice little pop this morning and sell through the morning. And that's just my honest guess. It's hard to tell. Let's go to the weekly. check out what's happening there. And yeah, if we find support here, we'll make a retest of those trend lines up there. And Amazon looks like it could be doing a good job of that this morning. Pretty good candle. And then SPY, we are popping off those lows as well. So yeah, we just got to sit and wait and watch, because right now it looks like the bears are taking a breather. So I'd be waiting to go short in this market for some direct confirmation that we're going to go lower. And let's just check out some of our other movers. I think Alto is going to be a good pop this week. So I'm going to throw on some Alta calls. Let me just look again for some good movement. So Alta, it's pretty oversold, honestly. And yeah, I do think it's gonna pop, but I just don't want to buy them too early. So the alt calls do look very nice. Let's just check out how expensive they are. About $500 ish over here. $500 out of the money. That's kind of the first place I look. And yeah, they're just totally out of this Bollinger Band. So I do think we're going to get some Alta moves back inside this range. So I'm going to just buy just 3 of these. And yeah, I'm going to do it on my cell phone. It's just easier for me. So I do think it's a little oversold. So I'm going to go long Alta. And this is after earnings, so these options might be inflated a little bit, unfortunately. Alright. Try it again. Use the wrong account. So Alta. Sorry, this is kind of the boring part where I'm trying to place a trade. It's not going so well. Alright, so we're going to get some more clues into the market right now. And just got in. We're looking good right now. And the market just looks like it's taking off. Advanced decline is flying. And we're looking good right now for that short setup. So kind of pumped right now. And this is all looking good. And we got SPY coming back down. And advanced decline coming down as well. Wow, Amazon is crushing it. Alright, Amazon makes a nice green candle. And let's see if where Apple is. Apple is right where it is at the open, or where the market opened. Got down to 163. At 161 is kind of the bottom for Apple, I'm thinking. And MRNS, this is for Kura Void, is up 14%. So if it breaks through all those averages, it'll run. This looks like a good runner here. And the only average left on the 4 hour is 620. So this one does look great. It's got good volume coming in. And don't know too much about it, but it does look like a possible runner today. And Amazon respecting that level down there. Let's just check out Adobe. It's respecting his level as well. So it's sold off down here. And now they're coming onto some resistance right there. Very, very bullish right there. So that looks pretty good in my opinion. Let's check out Sherman Williams. and it's popping on, kind of hanging out on that trend line too. Yeah, so this is a pretty good open this morning. And Amazon's hanging out on those averages as well. Let's just check out SPY one more time. And I do think we're going to get a pop to the 265 range. So today might be a good day to be patient and just wait for the right opportunity. And at this point, it might be interesting to go long some of these just because we did have a pretty ugly week last week. And this trend line is coming down here too. So Amazon, we're coming on that trend line. AX, let's check out AXSM. It's up 18% with the gap up. So this could be a good run or two. If it gaps and runs, that's a great sign. And it looks like it just has to pop over again that last moving average. So this one does look like a good buy, honestly. It's got no moving averages on the hourly chart, and it's on the last one on the daily, but unfortunately it did pop to that Bollinger Band, and I do see that being resistance many times. So let's check out the weekly. So it looks like we got an upward trend line. I do think it could run, yeah. So possibly to the top of the triangle up here, 392. So those are kind of my thoughts on AXSM. Let's check out Alta. 252. Looking for a breakout here. And be interesting to see where it goes. On the other watch list, we had BABA, which did open lower today, 149, and it's outside this descending, or it's outside the bear flag. So BABA looking like a good short setup already, and it is selling right away this week. So BABA wants to go lower, and that is interesting. That would be a good time to pick up some options. All right, so we're going to keep this going for about 10 more minutes, so hit me up with what you guys want to see. We also have Texas Instruments on the watch list. TXN is green today, and it's hanging out. Just like Sherman-Williams, it's kind of popping off the lows from last week. And the VIX, let's just check that out too. So the VIX opening lower and going lower today. It does look like we're heading down to maybe some normal range on the VIX. So this market could move forward this week and be pretty bullish. Is Amazon above 1650? Nope, not yet. All right, so this is a good time to be patient. Like I said, nothing has picked a direction, and we're probably going to end up just being patient from last week and kind of consolidating for a little bit. Amazon's making a nice bullish pattern here. This is some velocity though, so I don't think this is sustainable, honestly. And the SPY's advanced decline is still dropping, so the SPY is going to go lower as well. It's only a matter of time. So waiting for Amazon to break that trend line on the minute chart, and could be a good short opportunity, honestly. So might pick up a little short in Amazon just because I'm long in one stock. I like to be short in another. So this is the 4-hour chart, and we go to the daily. coming up on some more resistance. So this one is kind of blown out and the market looks to be heading lower, so I would be interested in getting a small short position, just holding the whole week, just in case the whole market goes down. So 1651. Let's check out those options on here. They are in the 4,000 range. So those are pretty expensive, honestly. And it might be good just to wait a little bit. But yeah, so I'm just going to be patient. And Alta keeps going lower. It was the wrong time to buy calls, but the indicator is still green. So eventually it's got to get out of this green zone. And that's where I can possibly break even or get out of this trade. So I'm looking to get out when the indicator goes back to like blue. And we're going to go check out Netflix. Come on green again. So it looks like all the stocks are kind of making this pattern here. And this is good. So this means that it's going to trade sideways for a little bit today and then go to make its move. And at that point, you decide where you want to go, short or long. And that's pretty much all I got this morning. Not looking to trade a lot, but just looking to be patient, do some watching. Sherwin-Williams, still one of my favorite setups this week, and just gonna wait. This is getting pretty juicy because it's getting cheaper and cheaper as it goes up, and I do think this one is going to get hammered, but we'll see. Can always be wrong. That's definitely a truth in the market. All right, this is all I got. I'm gonna end the stream a little short today just because I gotta get some stuff done, but market moves, signing off. Peace.